Sorry, I couldn't help you really bad.
All right. Good evening, D11 families and community. Welcome to the CEC 11 February Business and Calendar Meeting. Just a reminder that this meeting is a public meeting and it is being recorded. The time now is 5:47. Please, at this time, only CEC 11 members are speaking. For the people that are on Zoom, please have your mics on mute. And if you are unable to hear us, we please ask that you turn on your closed caption. If we start to sound a little muffled, I'll use it in the back. Okay, but it's gonna muffle me on my Zoom. That's why. Okay, sorry about that. During public comment, please come to the right, to your left, my right. And we will hand you the microphone if you have any questions or comments that you would like to make. Also, there is interpreters here tonight. Interpreters, if you could make your way down and introduce yourself. We have Spanish, Arabic, and Bengali.
আমাদের আপনাদের বাংলা ভাষায় যদি কোনো হেল্প লাগে আমাদেরকে বলবেন, আমরা দুজন ভাষা আছে আপনাদেরকে
السلام عليكم مساء الخير إن شاء الله بأي شكل يكون على التجارة والمناهج المجالات الأولى مع هذا الاجتماع الدورة العربية
Buenas señoras y señores, tenemos a su disposición el servicio de educación para el inglés para español. Si desean escuchar el español, gracias.
Okay, thank you. And I want to say a special thanks to the Host School 108 for hosting us in their brand new annex. This is our first time hosting our business and calendar meeting in a gymatorium. And I just want to say thank you for allowing us to serve your school community. Now, at this time, we will go into roll call by our recording secretary, Ms. Elamine.
Yes, good evening, all. Miss Ashley Jones.
Present.
Miss Stephanie Bonilla.
Is she present on Zoom? I think she's traveling, but maybe present on Zoom.
Okay. On her way. Dr. Toba.
Present.
Samira Elamine, I am present. Miss Karina Garcia.
Present.
Mr. William Cruz. Is he
Excused.
Okay, thank you. Miss Danielle Vera. Mr. Michael McCartney.
Michael may be running late or on his, or on Zoom.
Okay. Miss Topaz Mary Small.
Present.
Miss Erica Bulos Burns.
She's present on Zoom.
Okay.
On Zoom, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Peter Cole.
Present.
And Miss Terry Matthews Cotton.
She's excused absence today.
Okay, thank you. Let the record show that there are 7 members in person and 1 currently on Zoom. And we do meet quorum. We are not going to vote during this portion of the meeting, but we do meet quorum to vote in the next portion.
No, we're going to vote in this portion.
We are going to vote and we meet quorum in this. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so the approval of the January calendar and business minutes. Did everyone get a chance to take a look at the minutes? Mhm.
We would not be voting now.
Yes. You said we're not,
We would not.
oh, but, and then she corrected it.
We are. gonna-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because normally this is the calendar time. That's why, yeah. But yes, we will be voting, just to make that clear. Okay. Okay, all right. Can we go ahead and start the voting for the minutes?
And this is for the.
Yes.
Okay, so the voted for the minutes. Please state whether you approve, disapprove, or abstain. Ms. Ashley Jones,
Approve.
Ms. Stephanie Bonilla, and Ms. Believe still on her way.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Toba, Samira Alameen, I approve. Ms. Karina Garcia. Approve. Mr. William Cruz is excused absent.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Danielle Vera. Approve. Mr. Michael McCartney. On his way. Okay. Ms. Topaz Mary Small. Approve. Ms. Erica Bulos Burns. Do you approve, disapprove, or abstain? Have we confirmed?
Yeah, she's on, yeah, it's. Do we have any of our members on Zoom? Okay.
She put text.
Okay, yes.
There,
We're just confirming to see if she's on Zoom.
No, she may have dropped off. She was driving. Okay.
Okay. There it is. Okay, Ms. Terry Matthew Cotton is excused absent, and Mr. Peter Cole.
approved.
Okay, thank you. So we have 6 members that have approved the minutes. And tonight's a little recording of government.
No, we
Yes.
did not, we're not able to
We-
pass this because we
Yes,
have to
we
have
have
at least
7,
7
yes.
approved votes. So
Okay,
maybe we can circle back.
yes.
So we can table this one for now.
So we're gonna table this and circle back on the vote for the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so that's the treasury's report next. Over the big.
Yeah,
This one.
Mm,
resolution.
Mhm.
all right, so until we get more folks to join, we'll move into the treasure report by our treasurer, Miss Karina Garcia.
Hello, everyone. Let's do this.
Okay.
I like the spirit.
Well, I just have to read numbers. Well, so there's no like big changes, but thank you for the members that are applying for their reimbursements on time. The things are getting very much clear. Something that we have to say, if there is a member that wants to donate any reimbursement, any funds to the council to an event, have to send an email to all of us, or at least to Naomi, stating that, because it's not just to, oh, I want to donate. No, you have to send an email and make it official. So for the members' reimbursements, the remainder is 9,180. The president, that's for the members. For the president is 1,000. Oh, I'm just reading the remainders. For the monthly meals, we have 859. For the office supply budget, we have $90.20. That is some money that we can allocate somewhere else because we will not need any more office supplies for this year. The Picard remainder is 180. For the large event, we continue having 3,200 with 52. The educational software is 45.05 cents. So the total is 14,606. Couple notes are that Samira needs to let us know what to do with some remainder.
Yes, yes. And I can tell you now verbally, or I can do on email. Would you
It's
like
better
both?
if you,
You would like both?
yes, it would be better because
Oh.
like that,
Okay, no, do you
the
want me to
concept-
say it tonight and on email? Yeah, or just email?
If
If
you don't
no.
mind.
maybe it's good.
Yeah.
You could do it maybe later when I
Okay.
finish with the
Okay,
notes.
yes, that's fine.
And we vote and say where we want to move things.
Okay, perfect.
So like I said, with the office supplies, we have $90.20 that we can allocate somewhere else. Mr. Paz here claimed her $26.95. Mrs. Stephanie, the $36 that she used for the software. So in the line for the educational software, it will be a remainder of $9.05. Those $9.05, we can allocate them somewhere else too. And I think that's said. I don't know if you have any questions. And we can continue. That's it for my part.
Okay.
Okay, Samira, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Oh, yes. I know that we will discuss what we're going to do as far as activities and events for the remaining of this year. So I just wanted to go ahead and say, whatever we decide, I would like to donate $150 for that effort.
Oh,
And I
okay.
will put
Thank
that
you.
in writing and in email.
Okay, thank you.
And you will send them in writing too.
Yes, I will put that in email. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Did anyone have any questions about the budget? Okay, all right. If not, we can continue to move on. So now for the CEC 11 resource fair vote. So last time we had a nice discussion about whether we were going to try to do a resource fair and the legislative dinner, parent leader dinner. We kind of more so looked at the budget, realized that maybe it would not just be affordable. And with that being said, we will just be looking at having a CEC 11 resource fair. So if we could just move right into the voting for that, unless anyone have any questions to vote. We do. We have 7. Did anybody else join yet or no? Okay. All right. Did anybody have anything else?
Yes, I just wanted to add, last time we did have a conversation about that, and some members wanted both the resource fair and the legislative dinner that we had last year. Last year was a wonderful dinner where we were able to give thanks to legislators and parent leaders, including parent coordinators and PA members, and a lot of people did feel appreciated, is what I heard. So we we would have loved to have that again this year, but because of the limited budget, we can only have one, and most members have decided that they felt it would be more advantageous to have the resource fair this time around. So I just wanted to show my support in that, because most members do feel that they're very enthusiastic about that and that it could really help the public as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we are ready to
So
vote
I
for
have
the
a-
resource
I have a
fair?
question.
Okay, yes.
So are we now saying that there will be no legislative dinner or whatever? Because I'm on this council by a legislator or an executive or elected official. My borough president appointee here. So that I think it makes sense if we engage these individuals that were voted in our respective locations or maybe wherever we live. So if at all you're having issue with the budget, we could put the event together and have them sponsor this event, which I believe, if that is the issue, I could talk to my principal. That is what we're going to have. So what will be your contribution? So with all that is going on with the school system today, they're avoiding the legislators. I don't know where we're going with that. So as much as you want to have your resource fair, we also need these people that were voted for to be able to engage them and have a conversation. So to take it off the radar for this school year, I don't think it's going to help us. So I think we should reconsider that.
Reconsider not taking it off. Okay.
Yes, if you want to have the two of them, it's okay. We cannot live in isolation.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, can we,
For that, we have to remember that we have the line, Dr. Toba.
Are you gonna-
So, VP's office. Good to see you. So I would recommend y'all have the two. I told Danielle I will help out with the research for our office. I know the most expense would be for the legislative breakfast. Take care of y'all. And I'll partner up with Danielle and we'll figure something out with the, but I mean, technically, we'll figure it out. We'll get tables, resources. I mean, you could talk more about it. What date are you looking to do it?
That's a very good question. We did not vote on anything, so I
Okay,
couldn't.
well, I'm just throwing it out there, so I could, too, I'll partner with, so I know, because the expense, most of the expense will go to that breakfast, but I know dinner,
Yeah.
yes, I know you guys usually have it at, at Eastwood Manor or something,
Mhm.
right, exactly. But like I said, I was also told that to Stephanie, so I'm willing to do that, step up, and me and Danielle, we could talk more once you guys lock it in,
okay.
and we could also help out, so the VP's office, CC 11, will work together.
All right.
Okay,
And thank you so much for that. All right. So for now, I think if we can continue to move forward with the voting of the CEC 11 resource fair, and then it sounds like that there may still be potential for a legislative event. We don't know whether it'll be a breakfast or dinner. That we'll continue to discuss this over email. Is that okay?
Great, perfect.
why don't we just agree here? We're going to have the two, like the VP just said. He's gonna work with Danielle to make sure the resource fair, but let us agree from this meeting. We're going to have the two. We could discuss the date later. So let's have it that way. We don't have time to wait for some of these things. Okay?
Okay.
So vote for this. Let's vote for the two of them together.
So what then, and that's a good idea and a good point that you bring up. But would you guys like to vote for these separate? I'm gonna think to vote for them separately. So we can vote for the CEC 11 resource fair,
Yeah.
and then we can go through a vote for the legislative
Event.
event. Well, that's what we'll say.
One thing that I want to remind everybody, the deadline to allocate, make moves in the budget will be February 24th.
That time.
That's next week,
That's next week.
yes. And
And
next week is winter break.
which is so true. And just to also add on top of what Karina's saying, this would call for us to have a special meeting
this week.
This week, or definitely as early as definitely next week. So if we agree for now, we can make sure that we have I will then move to have a special meeting. And then from there, we can discuss the budget. So yeah, we can decide how we're gonna plan out the rest of the year. Is
I
that
have a
okay?
question about that special meeting
Okay,
proposed for, that could be next week. If the school is closed, we can have a meeting.
yes, the permit for 121, it's only closed on Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
So we could definitely have a special meeting next week. No, I've already confirmed with the district office that the building will be open on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay,
Johnson.
Yeah, okay.
okay.
Jose, you want to say something? Your face look like you want to say something? Okay.
All right, well, listen, we're already a little bit behind, so we can move on with the voting, okay? Thank
Okay.
you. CSC 11 resource fair vote.
Yes, so this is the vote for the, yes, resource fair. Please say approve, disapprove, or abstain. Ms. Ashley Jones,
Approved.
Stephanie Bonilla, still not on Zoom. Okay. Okay, Dr. Tova,
Approved.
Samira Elamine, I approve. Ms. Karina Garcia,
Approve.
Mr. Williams Cruz.
William, you there?
That wasn't him?
No, that wasn't him.
Okay.
Okay.
Ms. Danielle Vera. Approved. Mr. Michael McCartney, is he on Zoom?
Approve.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Ms. Topaz Mary Small. Approved. Ms. Erica Bulos Burns.
Did she?
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Ms. Terry Matthew Cotton is absent. And Mr. Peter Cole? Approved? Okay. Let the record show that we have 8 members who have approved the resource fair. So yes, the resource fair will happen.
Okay, date to be determined. Sorry, I'm happy for that one. All right, okay. So we can move to the
Yes.
next event, and let's just call this the legislative parent leader
Mhm.
event.
Okay.
Let's not forget our parent leaders.
Okay, so this is the vote for the legislative parent leader event. Would you please say approve, disapprove, or abstain? Ms. Ashley Jones,
Approved.
Stephanie Bonilla, Dr. Tova, Samira Elamine, I approve. Ms. Karina Garcia,
Approve. If the funds are there, yes.
yes, if the funds are there. Mr. William Cruz, not here yet. Ms. Danielle Vera,
I go last.
okay, sure. Mr.
Final.
I know it's not that many.
Mr. Michael McCartney,
Approve.
okay, thank you. Ms. Topaz Mary Small? Approved. Okay, Ms. Erica Bulos Burns? Still not here, right? Ms. Terry Matthew Cotton is absent, and Mr. Peter Cole? Approved. Okay, so circling back to Ms. Danielle Vera? Approved. Okay. Okay, so let the record show that 8 members have approved. Yay, and the legislative parent leader event will happen pending funds.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay,
Okay, do we want to circle back to the approval of the January calendar and business minutes?
okay, yeah,
Stephanie
Okay.
Bonilla, present.
okay,
Late.
Sorry.
okay,
It's
thank you,
okay.
thank you. So we are gonna circle back. Okay, so this is the vote for the business and calendar minutes. Please state whether you approve, disapprove, or abstain? Ms. Ashley Jones?
Approve.
Yeah, there we go, I got it. Mhm. Thank you. Ms. Stephanie Bonilla,
approve,
Dr. Toba,
Abstain.
what, Mr. Samira Lemi, I approve. Ms. Karina Garcia?
Approve.
Okay, Mr. William Cruz, absent. Ms. Danielle Vera? And Mr. Michael McCartney?
approve,
And Ms. Topaz Mary Small? Approve. And Ms. Erica Bullis Burns is not there yet, right? Okay. Ms. Terry Matthew Cotton is absent. And Mr. Peter Cole?
Approve.
Let the record show that there are 8 members who have approved. And the minutes have been approved.
Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to speed through this, guys, because we're running behind and we have a performance.
Okay.
So let's go to the, budget modification. Is there anything that we need to move? Does anything look outstanding? Yeah, we're definitely gonna probably wait into the special meeting, being that we're looking at another event. Did anyone have any questions? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just want to make an observation that since we're going to be discussing the legislative dinner breakfast, and this is also budget issue,
Mhm.
just move this item
Mhm.
to special meeting.
To the special meeting, okay, next week, okay. All right, did anyone else have anything else to add on this? Okay. The next item is the resolution on student omni card for transportation. I'm gonna ask if we could table this one, because this is a very long resolution and it'll take too long for us to go over this now. So next week during the special meeting, we can add this one in as well. Okay. Did anyone have any closing remarks? Great. All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Over. Motion for adjournment.
Okay. Can I get a second?
Topaz Mary Small, second.
All right. Ashley Jones, president of CSC 11, makes a motion to adjourn this meeting. The time now is 6:15. Meeting adjourned. All right. All right, so I'm gonna call our calendar meeting to order. Can we do roll call, please, by our secretary, Ms. Elamine?
Yeah. Miss Ashley Jones,
Present.
Stephanie Bonilla.
She's present via
On
Zoom.
Zoom, yeah.
Mhm.
Dr. Toba,
Present.
I am present, Samira Alameen. Ms. Karina Garcia,
Present.
Mr. William Cruz. not present. Is absent. Ms. Danielle Vera. Mr. Michael McCartney,
present,
Ms. Topaz Mary Small. Present. Ms. Erica Bullis Burns. Absent. Mr. Peter Cole.
Present.
And Ms. Terry Matthews Cotton is absent. And let the record show there are 8 members present in person and 2 members present on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're gonna move to our superintendent report.
Good evening, everyone. How is everybody?
Good evening.
It's so wonderful to see all of you at PS 108.
Yes.
Let's give a shout out to the entire community for hosting us tonight.
Definitely.
And I want to start by just acknowledging the work that our community schools are doing, similar to what you're seeing tonight. We have a presentation for you. Just going to go over. We have a lot of events and things happening in District 11, so we want to make sure you can hear all about them. And then the second part is going to be the budget. The budget for 26 is going to be shared with all of you. And so we have Keisha Womack that's here with us tonight, and she's our budget liaison. And she's an expert on the budget, and she's going to be sharing her presentation with us. And if you have any questions, there'll be opportunities to take questions. And if there are things that we don't know, we're going to find them out for you. But without further ado, just really would like to just share with everybody that we have. So I have two team members that are there, Miriam and Sharon. And so I'm going to turn it over to Sharon to start us off with all that's happening in D11.
Good evening. I am Sharon, Family Leadership District 11. Welcome and shout out to everyone. He is in the house. I'm excited. I thank everyone for coming out. Right? You're all gonna be running out of here afterwards because I heard this. So, without further ado, we just want to remind everyone that the Summer Rising program applications are opening up. It's the first day.
Your pizza?
March 4th. Say it with me. March.
You like
4th.
this? You like what I got you? Yeah?
Program. When does it close? There we go. March 28th. March 28th. That is the last day to apply. I just want to put a plug in something new that's happening with Summer Rising this year. The CBOs will be pushing in during the morning and offering some enrichment activities, something that wasn't happening, right? But the chancellor said, we heard you said it. We're gonna put that into motion. You can apply for your child's My Schools account. If you don't have that activated, shame on you, but reach out to your child. Usually it's the guidance counselor, social worker, or your parent coordinator to help you with that. We don't want anyone to miss out on an opportunity for this exciting free summer program.
Yes.
I'm excited for February, Black History Month. Even though I celebrated 365 days a year. Highlight during February. And so the district, when I say the district, I'm gonna introduce you to my partner in family and community engagement. But we are excited to bring again there it is, yes, okay, yes. The annual District 11 Black History Celebration is going down February 26th as part of our Engage, Educate, and Empower Wednesday Family Night. Show of hands, how many of you have ever signed into the Wednesday night family night is virtual? Hey, you're this host. So sad. One or two. Okay. Then you know us. We are the hosts of the Wednesday night. Georgina, your PC. Shame on this host section right here. No ICM went up. Every Wednesday, 1, 2, 6, 7 exciting events. Go back to this one. Because we are your hosts for the Black History Celebration. Invitations have gone out. I see my guy up there, Angel. We sent the invitation to your office. We hope you're in the building. I'm saying be on time because there's an art gallery that starts at 5:15. followed by the 6 p.m. talent show. We open up the show. You don't want to miss what we are bringing to the stage. Last year we had Sultry. We dressed the part. We will be dressing the part this year. But just please, we ask, come out. We have over 20 schools with their students performing. Nearly 20 schools with the art exhibit that is happening in the gym. And so come out and celebrate our young people. Right? It ain't easy to get on the stage. I'm nervous now. So we ask you to take part in that. Now I'm going to turn it over to Miriam for the remaining events we want to just make you aware of.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Miriam Borgella, and I'm the Family Support Coordinator. And thank you, Ms. Johnson. Thank you for your introduction. All right. So we didn't know in District 11, there's always things happen. Did you guys know that? We always have events in District 11. Weekly events, monthly events, but there's always things going. There's always things going on. And it's with honor that I get to share some of those things with you this evening. It's a pleasure for me to say on certain Tuesday nights, and I will give you the dates in a minute, is that we have a Family Literacy TV series sponsored by District 11's MPK Challenge Grant. And what they're doing is on Tune In Tuesday, Family Workshop for Literacy from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I invite you to take these dates down. If you have a great memory, as I say, don't forget these dates. We have March 11th, March 25th, April 8th, and May 6th. March 11th, supporting your child as a reader. The 25th of March is supporting your child as a writer. April 8th, helping kids deal with fear and anxiety. And on May 6th, developing emotional intelligence through books. So District 11 is here to support families and our children in all these various areas, and you don't want to miss it because there's always some great cookies and gems that are given out on these TV. Also, we invite you to join us on every Wednesday night. We're your hosts, Miriam and host Engage, Empower, and Educate Wednesday nights with various topics. And tomorrow, if you join us, we have a presentation from one of our MS 326, Florence Green Middle School. And our parent coordinator there, Ms. Dance, will be presenting on culture as one of the culture classes, and she's going to give us a tour in learning about culture class and access to exciting sites. You don't want to miss it, as the kids have a week off coming up. There's a lot of things to do within New York City, Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, wherever, different areas. And so she's going to share with us everything that is available for next week for you to do with your families. You know, we love them, right? Love your kids, we love spending time with them. And they love being out and about, and this is an opportunity for you to bring that forward. Something that we have coming up is the Science of Reading workshop. When everybody is talking about our kids' reading abilities, right? If you look at the stats, it's not looking so great, but this is a way for us to encourage our kids to read. Every kid is different, and there's different topics to teach your kids how to read, how to identify words, and one of the key components in reading. And if you join these reading workshop, which will be held the first. Okay, I thought the mic that on me. So we have a few workshops coming up. The session 1 will be Thursday, February. I passed already for that, but we have one coming up. The third session is this Thursday, the 13th of February. Oh. They gave me the smallest piece of paper to read, so ridiculous. But if you do look on the screen, you can see the date. So we have the second session, Phonics Awareness, which is February 13th. Then we have Phonics, February 27th, Fluency, March 6th, Vocabulary, the 13th, Comprehension, the 20th, and Writing on the 27th. You can see all these things coincide with one another. Right, and to read is to write, right? And to write is to be able to read. So we participate in these things that is support our kids so that they can be excellent in all that they do. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to add, February is also Cancer Awareness Month. It would be beneath me, rest in peace to Maya, to not advocate go get checked. Okay? I'm gonna turn it back over to our superintendent, Vaughn.
Thank you so much. There is really so much happening across District 11, and I love that there are also workshops that are being offered by the Literacy Brain Trust in collaboration with FACE. And so, you know, these are workshops that, especially I would say, if you have children that are ages 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, definitely, you know, a great opportunity to learn more about fluency. These are all different aspects of reading that will help your child be successful. Really important aspects of reading. And so without further ado, just want to thank Sharon and Miriam for all that they do. Again, we've been hosting Wednesday nights, I want to say, for the last going on 5 years now. So I want to thank them. And let's get to the main presentation tonight, which is Keisha Womack, who's here with us, who there are 2 budget liaisons that support the 45 District 11 schools. Keisha Womack is one, and then she has her partner, Sherry Rios. So we're really happy to have Keisha with us to do this presentation. And without further ado, let's bring on Keisha.
Meeting tonight. So it's going to go over overview of 6 school budgets with you, and we're going to give you information at the end, where of course you can express any concerns or any questions that you may have, and we'll do our best to answer any questions you may have. So we can go ahead and get started. Thank you so much. So I'm look down a little bit, don't make sure I don't miss any information, because I want to get with information on top. So every spring, the panel of education policy goes on a New York City public school budget. And so that has to do with coming up with what is called the fair student formula. So the purpose of today's presentation is to give you a review of the budget allocation formula, review fair student funding, and the weights for this upcoming school year, which is known as fiscal 2026. And that aligns with the 2025-2026 school. So what we're going to review is where it's going to come from, how it's going to, and also specific budget, as well as school-specific budget information for where it's. So, in terms of our budget, we have about $40.8 billion. Only about $32,240 is allocated per student. Now, get this money from? Most of our money comes from the city. So that can come from property taxes, personal tax information. So the rest of the money comes from the state, which can also be personal income taxes, corporate taxes, and so forth. And also the federal government is the 3rd largest contributor to where our money comes from in order to support our students. So now, how is that money spent? So we have different categories of how that money is spent. So we have school stations, which can be non-instructional services, such as the bus route, free lunches, and so forth. We have money that goes to charter schools as mandated by state law. For debt payments and for employee pension, so that goes to like the pensions and the health benefits and so forth. Debt payments can also go to paying towards mortgages for building construction and so forth. The vast majority of that money, if you look at that percentage, that 38% goes to salaries for your teachers that we need in the school, can be guidance counselors, supplies, and so forth. This slide gives you a little bit of a breakdown as to how things are divided up into how things. Next slide, please. And now we're at the slide that is more specific to District 11. There are $668 million that is allocated between the schools in District 11. And so I'm going to turn it back to Superintendent Vaughn if she just wanted to touch on maybe a couple of things that are going on within the district and how some of that, those resources are being used. Okay. Superintendent Vaughn, I didn't know if you wanted to speak on that particular slide.
He's on Zoom.
Oh, sure. Oh, I didn't know.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead. The floor is yours, Superintendent.
So Keisha, thank you. So when we look at the $668 million, the fair so this is the funding that principals, when they have specialized programs that are unique to their schools, this is the money that they turn to. When they need specialized staff. So for example, if they wanted to create a school-wide PBIS program, they would turn to this kind of money, more than likely to try to ensure that they have the materials that they need, and also if they wanted to hire any staff around that program that is very local to their school. This is also money that they can use for specific areas around the robotics that they're doing. If they want extra smaller classrooms, if they want a crisis para that that won't be paid for from the central office, this is discretionary money that they can use for those types of things. So there's an awful lot in each school, awful lot of programs and staff that get used with the fair student funding. The federal Title I money, as you know, comes directly from the federal government. And this is money that is used, a lot of schools use it in District 11 for academic intervention. We have AIS programs, they're doing Wilson, things like that. So they're using this kind of money. They're also doing morning programs, afternoon programs with their Title I money as well. Their state contracts for excellence, this is a lot of this, and Keisha could probably go into more detail, but if, they are using this to pay for pre-K, things like that. Pre-K staff, if they're not using some of the federal or some of the fair student, they'll turn to the contract for excellence. And the good thing is that if they want to hire staff, there is an opportunity for them to commingle these staff, these pieces of funding, to really make sure that whatever goals they have for their schools, that their budget is matching that. So with that, I'll turn it back to you, Keisha.
Thank you, Superintendent Vaughn. So a lot of you may wonder, well, how do I find out when is my school's individual budget? We won't discuss individual school budgets tonight, but there is a way that you can go onto the DOE website. So when you go onto schools.nyc.gov, and it's here, go to reports, and you put in your school number, and you can see information in regards to your school. And you can also do it on your phone, I've checked, and it does work on that as well. So you can look at all the schools in this. So how is the money spent? As Superintendent Vaughn touched on, is that this money comes with a lot of responsibility, but principals also work what is known as the school leadership team to create a CEP plan, and that's very important. We should be involved, of course, in deciding how the dollars are spent. And so the superintendents do review the budgets. They take a look to make sure that everything is aligned, because all of us are stakeholders involved in all different kids. So we all want to make sure everybody is getting the services that they need. Thank you. So now we're going to talk about how FSF works and proposed ways for 2025-2020. So Fair funding is the largest funding stream. And so it's based on the number of students enrolled at a school and the services that those students need. It might be special education services, could be L services, could be academic intervention services. Now, one of the things to talk about also is that Fair Student funding is about 2/3 of the school budget. So sources like Title I, pre-K money, and D75 I wanted to mention, that's funded separate. So we won't go into that today. D75, just so you know, is based on a class modification, not on a student per capita Fair student. It's a nice thing. Okay, so now how does Fair Student funding work? Regardless of how many students they have, is going to get $225,000 each for the principal salary, secretary for the basics. And then there's collective bargaining. There are different unions and there are collective bargaining that has to be met, and schools are given that money as well. Per capita is the dollar value of a Fair Student funding student weight of 1. This it was $4,254 per. And as I said before, it's based on the number of students enrolled at the school and the specific needs of those students. Next slide. So this slide is very important because this shows you the breakdown as to how it's calculated, and I can see an example. So the grade base weight. Every student in the school is going to grade base weight. Now it is different for elementary, junior high school, and high school, and that has to do because program is different along those different grade bands. Academic intervention, that is based on the student's test score from the prior year. Now, if a student is new to the TLE, has never tested before, or if they haven't been a lower grade than a testing grade, then that money is based on if the student is determined to be in poverty. And if that's the case, then they are given an academic intervention. Special education has to do with the percentage of time a student spends in special education services during the week. So money is given based off of this 20% a week, if it's part-time, if they're in a special class or an ICT class. Money is given for students in temporary housing. High schools don't have in this district, but there's money allocated as well. And then English language learners, if the student is in a standalone ENL program or bilingual program, money is given for that as well. And also for humanities students, because there are some students that have tested out for proficiency, but for 2 years as per state law, money is also given to support those students in their transition outside of being an English language learner. And then there's also concentration of needs groups. That's looked at how which schools may have a significant population of students that need more support. So that could be a school that has a lot of students with disabilities. Maybe a school that has a lot of English language learners. They're given a different percentage of, they're given an additional weight as well. And that's done in 3 different tiers. So how does that apply in real life? So the next slide is going to show you. So let's weight was 1. And we have 2 students here. We have Ava and we have Miles. Ava happens to be a 7th grader, Miles happens to be a 6th. If you take a look at this chart, she gets a 1 and he gets 1.08. Remember on the previous chart, we had the different grades. So that's how they get those grade rates. Now, next on there, we go to whether or not they have special education services. He happens to be in an ICT class. And he happens to be an ICT class, and he happens to have less than 20% service. So that distinguishes that she gets the 1.7 and he gets the 0.5. And it's the same for the other ways as well. She's a former L student, so then she would get 0.3. And he's in a bilingual program, so he would get 0.3. Supervision service, these are second graders, these are tested people. That these are students, categorized being in poverty, so they do give a 0.12. And in his case, he had, test scores below the average. He was given no weight for that. And in her school, as is one of those schools that has a high concentration rate. So there's an additional weight attached. So if the per capita was $1, you would get $3.23 for aid that school received, and other school received $2.66. Now the next slide will show you the actual amount they received. So the next slide will show you from Ava, her school received $13,742 to support her educational needs. And for Miles' school, it would be approximately $11,317. So it's basically taking that per capita talk about and multiplying it times those rates on the previous. Next slide, please. And this is another budget page which you can go to find out some information. To talk about financial data report, as well as the called school allocation memorandum, which lists all the different allocations the school received, which school received it, how much, and how that money is to be used. That is public information, and we absolutely encourage people to take a look at that. And on that same page where we went back to before, where you go onto the site, you take a look and you can go into to look at the actual budget of the school. It actually does a breakdown to show you what the school initially received. And it gives you an overview of a particular school. Now, we won't go into individual school, but you can look up your size. You can look up the neighboring school. All that information is out there for the budget. And this is also a similar page that we have as a school budget at a glance. We're really happy to share this with the chip demographic, the specific funding. It also breaks down fair student funding, as well as some other allocations as well. That's really. And the biggest piece is we encourage your feedback. We want to hear from the public, from everyone, from students, parents. We want you to reach out. You should always make your voice heard. Question, comment, please reach out. And we ask that you do so by the 22nd for the next step. And you can email at budgetpubliccomments@schools.nyc.gov. You can also call 212-374-6754. We'll keep this up for a bit just so people can have it. And I know they are going to post it on the website as well, but just in case if anybody. I'm sorry, I rushed that.
It's all right.
Myself or Superintendent Vaughn.
Well, if you don't mind, what we're gonna do is move to the performance, and then right after the student performance, if you have any questions, we'll allow you to ask at that time. Okay? And thank you so much, Ms. Womack.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so Miss Anthony, yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Welcome to all of the CEC committee members. This is the first time we hosted a CEC meeting at SMS 108, so welcome. On behalf of Ms. Mustafa, who wasn't feeling well this evening, just wanted to thank everyone for coming. Wish we could obviously be here to be with all of you. But without further ado, I want to announce the grade 3 class of Peter Pan Jr. So I did that. Thank you.
You can move the screen, you'll be able to see it. Careful, careful.
Everyone sit down in your spot. Hey, Ava and Brian, come on up. Guys ready? Yeah. Nice, loud, and clear.
Junior by third grade. Peter will be performed here and Emma Runaway in June by the entire third grade. You will present and speak of the performance here in June tonight. We will be performing the songs Neverland, Bonnie, The Pirate March, Books Tango, and Wendy. Please sit back, enjoy the show.
Remember what to do.
Yeah.
Ready? Come down. Robert. Robert, come up. Ready?
You just think lovely wonderful Wait. Flying. Beautiful. Flying. You like that. Brian, ready? Go. Everyone is standing. Take the microphone, ready? And last song, ready, guys? Here we go. Give our third graders a big round of applause. And the entire third grade class, around 100 kids, will be performing that show together in June, I think June 10th. So we look forward to seeing you then. Let's give them one more round of applause. Careful, everyone sit down this way. This way, this way.
Yes, the mic. Okay, let me get him the microphone.
How you doing?
Children
You're elementary.
person.
You too, yes, thank you.
All right, we're gonna have Principal Bearnot give us an update of the 113 campus.
Thank you very much, and thanks everyone for being part of the CDC. It's a tremendous commitment and definitely serves all of our schools well, and glad to be here this evening. So on behalf of Superintendent Vaughn, she asked me to come speak briefly to the CEC about proposed merger on the 113 campus. So there are currently two schools, Leaders of Tomorrow, which is 11X370, and North Bronx School of Empowerment, which is 11X287. And there's a proposal to merge those two schools for the upcoming school year. This is being done for a couple of reasons. One is to try and continue to increase the number of students that are choosing our campus, and also just really to improve the cultural offerings that are happening on our campus. We have a tremendous community school involvement. We have tons of CBOs that work with both schools on the campus. We're already collaborating on so many things, so it was sort of a natural fit to put the two schools together to really leverage and combine all of those efforts for the benefit of all of the students and families on our campus. And so there will be a joint public hearing on March 10th at 6 p.m. That will be on Zoom. The CEC has that information and we'll be sharing it with all SLTs in the district, as well as a panel on educational policy vote on March 26th. And that will be held in the Bronx. And that will be the official date where the panel votes on whether merger goes through for next year or not. But we'll welcome anyone to our campus at any point to discuss this. And we're really excited about what we can do as a consolidated campus for the students in District 11. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, now for the, we'll start with the members and committee reports.
Yes, good evening again, everyone. So as far as the NICSA account, that's the New York City Schools account, activation in some schools is lower than what we would want. We would want at least, for the district wants at least 75% or above. And those accounts are basically for the parents to see their child's report cards, information about attendance. There's information about assessments for new students. There's the parent university where parents can have, there's workshops and information for parents. And there's also where you can vote for CEC members, which is, well, election that's open up now. So we, on the CEC, we have a technology committee called Pathways to Technology. And we have conducted workshops in schools to assist parents with activation for NISA, as well as information about school apps. Those are the apps that the teachers have homework assignments on, just to pretty much make sure that the parents know about these extra enrichment opportunities for their child, that they don't have any password issues, and if they do, to try to resolve that so that they can actually use this resource. We would like to, the committee would like to also go to the schools who have a lower activation with NISA to try to get it up to at least 75% or above. And we would like to collaborate with the parent coordinators in the schools, in those particular schools, as well as the CEC 11 liaisons. So just putting that out there in case anybody has any feedback about that. We will be discussing that in the near future, sending those emails out to principals and parent coordinators in particular schools. And we would like to, work along with the school liaison on those schools. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for that. I just want to give a quick announcement for, Councilman Riley's office would like to inform our community and partners that the New York City Council discretionary funding application portal for fiscal year 2026 is open and will be closing February 19, 2025 at 5 p.m. Late applications are unable to be accepted and the portal will not be reopened. So if you're interested in applying for discretionary funding, this is the time. Did anyone else have a report?
I'd just like to remind or tell that there is a town hall for the CCSE. We'll have a town hall with the chancellor next Monday, the 24th. The CCSE is the council, the citywide council for special education. And I have a question about the funding, the FAIR.
Okay, but
if it's
but later, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is committee report. Okay. Does anyone else have a report?
No pass.
So in collaboration, the D75 and the IEP groups are going to do 2 upcoming workshops, February 24th at 10 a.m. and then February 27th at 6 p.m. And these are going to be workshops on the IEP process for parents. So that's something that we have coming down the pipeline. Anything else with that, Stephanie?
Just also in collaboration with District 11.
Yes, definitely in collaboration with District 11.
That's all. I just want to add for my for committee report, there's also some events that were shared and some applications. I added them in the chat. I will also send them in emails from the Bronxborough office for Black History Month, Dominican Heritage. There's Bronx Fathers Taking Action applications and Higher Education College Fair. I added some of the links in the chat. And lastly, there's also going to be some hearings that they're going to be in District 11, February 12th for Success Academy, February 25th for Charter School, for Stratford Preparatory Charter School for boys, and February 25th as well for hearing for Bally's Golf Link at Ferry's Point proposal. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, does anybody else have a report? Okay, we're moved now to general public comments. So if anyone has any questions in regards to the presentation, this is the time for the fair student funding. Karina, this is your time.
Okay. She said the public. Okay, so my question is not, and I wanted to make that question with when the parents were here, because a lot of the families don't have knowledge about this. So how parents could proceed after they see the presentation? Because there's principals that will tell is something that they have to, the parents will approach to the principal and say, hey, I would like to have more information about these programs for my student, or I would like the school get into this program, or it is something that is public, like the parents will approach to the principal and say, we would like you make an event where you invite families and talk about how you using the budget for the students. So how we proceed when we have that information.
So, as we discussed during the budgeting, there's two different ways. We do have which is more transparent. Is now on the DOE website. We can go and take a look at the school to see what was allocated. There's also school leadership teams as well, because they are supposed to work in concert with the school leader in order to make sure that services and things you want to do for the school, to the best of ability within the budget are met. So I would say always open communication. One of the first ones we definitely do is and that's going to be posted, going to the schools, that NYC.gov website, and really take a look at the budgets. That's open information, that's open to everything. And I don't know if Yvonne wanted to add anything to that, but that would be my suggestion first.
Yes, because sometimes you have a student that is in ELL, and there will be a test in April usually, and they need preparation. But the school said that they can't provide preparation for that test because there's no funding. So how? Well, I answer.
I can't speak about
Yeah.
individual
Yeah,
schools.
you can have general.
Right, so in general, what I would just say, as parents and so forth, definitely speaking to school leadership, keeping those line of communications open. Definitely, like I said, I'm not going to repeat, but definitely go and take a look and see what schools are allocated and so forth, and keeping those lines of communications open. I can't go directly about any particular, school or anything of that nature, but I would say, if you, have concerns, you should then address that with the school leadership, and speak to them, your concerns or suggestions. The one way you get things done is by, open communication. Communicate with each other, don't know it, so they may not be. So I think that's always important. But I appreciate the question. No, because a lot of times we have questions and we definitely. So thank you for that.
I think I've done this before. Sorry, don't have my voice. But this budgetary presentation is very important element that system is trying to familiarize the parents with. As you can see, where the parents, the people we have here came for the performance. That's the main. And that is always the situation. Year in, year out. And I want to believe that your unit, your department, you are doing this just to satisfy the fact that you have to present the budget. And you're not connecting with the parents. Said it before. I was the former PTA president. We have those meetings. We don't see the parents. I was on SLT. When we meet, some of the parents don't understand what they're doing in SLT. So my issue is, we have to get out of the fact that we just satisfying the status. We didn't need the parents to know. You have a budget, a whole amount of 608 million. And it's for maybe specialized program, stuff like that. They don't know this. And when you come to the for some reason, still the parents don't know. It's like you don't have money. Some of this budget and they don't have for this program. So my only issue is maybe starting from now, we find a different way of meeting the parents. If it is possible to have this literature, this presentation in a book format where you can give it to the hand of those students to reach out to their parents. This is a website. People are going there. We need to understand that at this level, the type of parents we have, they are not those parents that we have. It's probably to create that for the children in this community that's so diverse. The parents we have, immigrant community, their kids are not not like the conventional parents. So it should be the of the authority to make the right way. That's right.
No, we definitely appreciate that, and that's something that I will take back and we can take back with feedback. So I will definitely, let them know what their concerns about, how this communicated. So we thank you.
We have, we're gonna let Stephanie has her hand raised on Zoom, and then, Mrs. Parks has her hand raised. Stephanie, you go first.
Thank you. My first question is, are we able to have any data on what percentage do we support of HTH families in District 11? And what percentage do we have of inclusion students?
That's something that I can take back. I'll make note of that and see if that's. One more time, sir, find us getting, the student population that you're inquiring about.
Or the student population that she was inquiring about, it's the D75, right, Stephanie? I don't want to speak for you.
No, for inclusion.
Oh, inclusion.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Parks?
Hi, y'all can hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I know we talk about the money per student, the allocation and stuff, but I just want some clarity and understanding of how does that allocation work towards the child that is being transferred between schools? How is that funding being done? And how it affects the school that they're coming from, to the school that they're going to? And also, how does that affect our district and our schools when it comes down to the allocation of a student that is coming from a private school, Catholic school, or charter school? Do we receive that funding at all for those students that are coming back into our system? Or how does the funding work if a parent moves their child to the charter school system? Because we need to know, how does all of this affect our schools after?
It's a very good question. So the fair student funding for the general ed population is based on the October 31st register. So as of that date, they look at the number of students that are in that school. And so the general education week is given based on October 31st register. For the other weeks that we talked about, like the English learners and students with disability, that's as of the December 31st snapshot. So if those students happen to go into the school and are enrolled by October 31st, the gen ed side, in the school, that will be spreading to the school, those students, and then for any students that may be classified as students with disabilities or English language learners as a student.
Okay. But what about the student, like afterwards, after that, what did you say? October 31st date? What if it's November 20th?
No, not on the general education side, but let's say, for example, that students comes into a school, let's say they happen to be an English language learner disability, then as they will get the week for the first part, but not for the general education. That will be the next year. That's
Okay, just a little follow-up question, just a little more clarity, because I was on the legislative committee hearings for the budget, and the charter schools was stating that there is a miscommunication between when their student leaves the charter school and come back to the public school system, that what happens is at the end of the year, they are actually being charged, and it's called a reversal, part of the budget where they are charged for each student that came back into our system. If they did, then how is that money allocated back into our schools, or is it, or was it allocated back into our schools to make up for all of the support and the services that we are giving them within that time frame? So I just wanted to know the clarification, and I think as per D11, we need to know, because we do have a large amount of students that do fluctuate back into us. And we need to know how this is really going to affect our schools budget-wise going forward. So if you can help us with that clarity, thank you.
Sure, I can get additional clarity on that. I do know what the dates though in terms of the general population is the October 31st, and for the additional the other categories is December 31st. But I can ask for clarity on that specific information. I can take that. Absolutely. All right. Thank you for that question. I appreciate it.
No, one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to put this out there. I know at the beginning of the session that the bulk of the money, or where the money comes from the federal.
That's the third largest.
So where are we starting school? Or is person out there? The Ministry of Education. How does that really affect?
So in regard to that, and don't have a clear answer to that, all I can say in regards to the federal budget is that, Congress passed the resolution by April 15th, and a new fiscal budget begins. So that's the only answer that I can give in regards to any questions about federal funding. It's a very valid question, but that's all that I can give at this. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. So I have a question for Ms. McKenna. Yes, the question is about summer ride. Yes, so thank you so much for the information. You had mentioned that there's gonna be a enrichment component. And I just wanted to know for clarification, because to my understanding, there's always been the morning portion was the education portion. And the afternoon was the much more of a chance. I just want to know the enrichment, could you clarify what's the difference with the enrichment that's gonna be on starting now and what was happening before? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. So, I guess based on feedback from parents, a lot of our children have went to summarizing the year's product. The academic piece in the morning was just that. Right? It was just that, instructional. I guess based on the feedback, the CBOs are going to be involved with the morning piece as well to offer recreational enrichment activities. What that looks like, I'm not sure, but it's something new that is coming. If you go on the website, I believe I sent you guys the links, the chats, I'm all over with this. Just click on here and read. And you'll get some information. If you need, you can send me an email, sjohnson68@schools.nyc.gov. I will send you every update as I receive them. Also go on our New York City Public School website and look for updates from our chance. There is a letter, I believe, that came out announcing the summarizing program. And there's some links in there where you can probably get a little bit more information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep, and the app to apply is through My Schools app.
All right, if there's no more questions or comments, I'm gonna ask if someone can make a motion to adjourn.
October, move the motion for adjournment.
Can someone second that?
I told that's Mary Small seconded.
All right, I, Ashley Jones, CSC 11 president,